Hey everyone! Today we're going to go ahead and have another one of those short pondering videos. I've been really enjoying making these, and it's great to give me a break from the more scripted and edited main videos. Today we're going to discuss a topic I've recently been reminded of, and that's the mentality of holding back. So recently I ran another one of my one-shots over on Roll20. Link to my new campaign is in the details under this video. It was great. I have this player I keep bringing back over and over again, and he's really helped with keeping the group on track. The issue I noticed, however, while playing was that all the players were holding spells and abilities to use in a bigger encounter if one was to occur. I suddenly realized that this issue was related to my issue of running over time in one-shot scenarios. In this game, I had planned 3 optional combats and 1 mandatory final battle. This to me makes sense, as every threat you meet is not meant to be a massive struggle or a fight to the death. But the problem that comes with planning these encounters is that when there are 4 lizard monsters whose combined HP is 80, you could clean that combat up in a single good fireball. But instead of doing this, often players will use cantrip after cantrip and swing after swing, which makes combat go 5, 6 rounds instead of 1 or 2. Now, I've kind of accepted that I either have to address this at the beginning of my game or not plan as many combat encounters. But the point I wanted to dive into more here is the mentality of holding back to save up for a bigger fight to come. So I totally get it. As a player, I hold back at least 1 max level spell slot unless it's clear that we are in a boss fight. But the issue I have noticed is that in 5e, with how good and average a cantrip can be, you get a lot of people relying on slinging firebolt after firebolt till everything is dead. I think one of the issues is the way that 5e is set up. It seems like this cantrip chaos is less chaos and more of a choice, because when you get level 1 and 2 spells, most of them are utility, and if they have combat usefulness, they're either spells which only succeed on a fail or save, or spells which have 1 dice level higher than the cantrips. And this clearly seems to be by design. I think that long gone are the days of spellcasters alternating between 1, 2, 3 level spells to take down a foe. The issue becomes that every spellcaster feels less like a spellcaster and more like a ranger who shoots fire instead of arrows. The bigger issue, and one which we can address, however, is this save everything mentality. So, a spell slot not used when you go to sleep is a waste. I think if we could all plan for combat knowing what was to come, we would always make sure that we used all of our spells for the day. But the plain fact is you'll never know when you have a break or if you'll have one at all. But the one thing I would encourage, and my suggestion for fixing this issue, is spend spells when you can. If you have a perfect setup for a spell to be used, do it. This expedites less exciting combat, as well as also making the boss fight seem more of a struggle. For both the story and role-playing reasons, it pays to use spells when they're useful. Sure, if you have no good spells to use, wait till they are relevant. But it makes no sense to not use a fireball when a horde of mobs rushes your party. Otherwise, the issue is you'll just end up saving all your slots for the boss, and then in 3 turns you'll kill the boss like it was no big deal. This feels bad for both the players and the DMs, as the climax of a good fight can be ruined by that overload of spells being released all at once. I find this problem also comes in the form of magic items, potions, special trinkets that people get. This can also be irritating because you spend the time to make cool things for the players to enjoy, but then they save them for a oh shit moment, and lots of the time it never occurs. Honestly, I don't know if this one has a solution. If you guys watching have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. The problem is clear, but the way to fix it is hard to say. If you make everything gruelingly hard and deadly, then your party still saves their spells but end up waiting too long and getting killed for it. If you encourage spell use by making your dungeons have required spells, then the players often spend time pondering what to do and take forever before finally going, oh, well, I guess we'll just use spider climb. And the bad thing is, there really isn't a penalty to saving spells. short of death or losing a fight. I mean, you run out of spells and you feel the hurt of not having that spell to dispel, the heal, or to save your downed ally. But there isn't anything that saving spell slots hurts besides the story and time. And often, I find that people are willing to sacrifice the latter to be ready for the former. Hopefully, this was insightful, as I know I failed to truly offer much of a solution. However, I think maybe this conversation is somewhat a fix to that problem. As always, if you've been dealing with this issue and have some alternate solutions, please comment below. I'd love to discuss this further. If you have a specific topic you'd like me to discuss, then leave a comment below and I'll consider speaking about it in the future. Have a wonderful day and please subscribe if you want to see more content. Thank you.